Hi, Armand Diaz here with another video astroblog, this time on the Aries new moon that's happening on April 10th, 2013. Just a quick reminder that it's a great idea for you to go to my website, integralastrology.net, where you can get forecasts and articles and other cool information. You could sign up for a newsletter that I send out only once a month. I'm not jamming up your inbox or anything like that. And that carries the monthly forecast and some other links that you might be interested in, so you want to check that out. Now, the Aries new moon. Now, the Aries new moon is really kind of, sort of, the beginning of the new year astrologically. I know I keep saying that. It's really, officially, it's when the sun goes into Aries, it's the beginning of the astrological new year. But the Aries new moon is the time when both the moon and the sun are together in Aries. And, we've had this happening in steps. We had a sort of deep Piscean time of year where everything was in Pisces. We had the sun, the moon, we had Venus, we had Mercury retrograde in Pisces. We have Neptune, which we're just getting used to being in Pisces, going to be there for 14 years. But, this is the first, it's first or second time that we've actually had Neptune in his home sign, well, during the beginning of, during the Piscean time of year. And we had special guest Mars in Pisces this year. So we had a very deep, thick Piscean time of year, this time of endings, bringing up all of the stuff that is kind of, we're clearing out, and things that are ending, things that we're bringing to a conclusion, things that we feel need to sort of be released. And then, we had Mercury went direct in mid-March, and then we had Mars went into, actually before that, we had Mars go into Aries, and now we have a bunch of planets in Aries, and we have this Aries new moon. And this Aries new moon is really kind of the start of the astrological new year. Now, new moons are usually quiet, introspective times when you go inside and you think, where do I want to go and what do I want to create next? Now, you might get a little of that. You might get a little of that in the days before the new moon. I'm thinking particularly on Sunday the 7th and Monday the 8th, when the moon will be void of course in Pisces. That's a nice time to kind of think about things, reflect, do a little bit of psychic house cleaning. It's a little reminder of that Piscean season that we went through. The only thing to watch out for, sometimes a little hopelessness creeps in, a little bit of, nothing's going to work type of thing. So you want to kind of be aware that that's a possibility and not give it too much credit. But other than that, it's a great time to look and see, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? What do I need to accomplish? What am I really being called to do? And you want to make sure that you got an answer to that. The reason is, the Aries new moon is never exactly the quietest of new moons, but this one is not quiet at all. First of all, as is typical in recent years, the moon will be aspecting Uranus and Pluto right around the time of the new moon. So it's sort of stirring things up as it does every month. The need for change, the need for new ways of being, very apparent. But even more than that, 2 days after the new moon, on Friday the 12th, we have a Pluto station. Pluto's going to station to retrograde. And that is a time that is going to be very intense, very much one where we feel an inward draw of power, but very frequently with an outward expression as well. And so you really want to have a direction. You really want to say to yourself, in the time before the new moon, probably before the moon even gets into Aries, you probably want to make this sort of decision sometime Sunday, Monday, at least before Wednesday's new moon. You want to say, okay, this is what I want to accomplish, this is what I want to do, this is what I've had enough of and I'm leaving, this is what I am going to move towards. And you want to kind of set that intention and get it down pretty strongly. The reason for that is, after the new moon, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what's going to happen is we have this burst of energy, this sort of release of energy that's going to come. It's an inward pull of energy and then an outward shooting of energy almost simultaneously. And if you don't have a direction, if you haven't really decided what it is you want to do, if you don't know exactly where it is you want to go, the problem is that you can kind of go impulse shopping for a cause to believe in, a fight to pick, or something like that. So, if you beforehand say to yourself, I've had enough of this job and I need to leave it and I need to move on and go to the next stage of my life, then after the new moon would be an okay time. You're going to implement that sort of thing, and you've already sort of considered it and reasoned it. But if you haven't, then, Friday comes around and you give the finger to the boss and go storming out, and then, that might not be the best decision. It may not be the best way to do things. On the other hand, at least it gets stuff moving, and that's important. That's important. So we have a real concentration of energy. Okay, you pull it inward, you feel it inwards at this new moon. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can take this anymore. Like Popeye. And then there's that outward push that comes immediately afterwards. We don't have a long time to wait this time around. Sometimes we say, wait till the first quarter moon, maybe the full moon. But we don't have that long to wait with this particular new moon. It's going to happen really quickly. As a matter of fact, it might happen a little bit before the new moon when the moon is aspecting Uranus and Pluto. So try to get your ducks in order. Ducks in a row? I don't know. I don't know much about ducks. But try to get things in order beforehand and be ready for action when the time comes. Hopefully it'll be considered action. I have to say, it's not all about you. It's not even all about me. This is going to be a time when we're going to see a lot of stuff happening collectively. We're going to see a lot of stuff going on in terms of political fighting. We're going to see a lot of stuff going on in terms of issues kind of coming to a head. It's odd that it's happening at a new moon, and it'll have a little bit different character that when it happens on a full moon. That's something that we're all collectively doing, and part of you is participating in it. Part of you is really just watching it, and that's just something to keep in mind. So this is a charged time. This is an exciting time. This is a busy time. Stop watching YouTube. Get out there. Oh, but drop by the website. That's still okay. You can still do that. That's